And on to grand finals we go. Will Krugbo keep his crown on in his costume, or will Fhantum be able to take that away and win an Arcadian despite always being the underdog here via numbers?
Now, I was talking to Krugbo before, while in bracket, like just the, oh, hello. But we're fine because we got that distance. Now, Krugbo is of the opinion that while Steve is a losing matchup, it's far from his least favorite. Like,
okay.
He is very willing to play out this matchup in the same way that he's played out many others. But I think the motif for Fhantum may be like, maybe it should be. Because we're starting off almost taking the stock there. You got some weight, thankfully, on this K. Rool. But one more up smash, a well-positioned back air may do it. Or just the forward smash, catching the dash back from Krugbo and starting off this game strong yet again is Fhantum with a 60% combo to boot. Jellyfish, man, Phantom's combo game has only gotten better as the night has gone on.
It's almost like a snowball effect, really, with this guy. And I mean, again, really, losers does kind of bring out a different you, and we're seeing that from Fhantum. This is nothing like we saw earlier in that initial set against Xavier. This is a completely changed guy with a completely changed playstyle, and it's paying dividends right now as Fhantum potentially looks for a 2-stock lead. No pickaxe, no matter. You still have the sword, but the up smash connecting as well. And what a lead against the guy that beat Xavier in winners finals. The guy waiting so long for this set, currently getting pieced up by Fhantum right now.
I mean, you just pulled the ZSS game, the ZSS gambit as Steve, where you use like a long range move and then in the end lag, expecting an attempted punish, you dash in with an up smash.
Oh my god.
He just did that same thing on top of doing normal Steve stuff, dashing, walking this K. Rool across the stage. Krugbo on the verge of getting 3-stocked, able to stop, able to cut that dream in half, but got a whole 2 stocks to go.
Yeah, I mean, Krugbo definitely has shown us that he has the ability with all of his conversions to, you know, make this. Never mind. Well, he ain't coming back from that.
Shush. no more talks of comebacks. We have got game 2 to go to.
I mean, dominance is
It was a real good game 1.
I feel like dominance is just an understatement of what I just saw from Fhantum right there. What did this guy drink? I want to know what he ate. Was it the fried chicken from across the street?
That chicken place pretty good.
I know. I haven't tried it yet, but I really want it.
What was his order?
I don't know. I really want some chicken tenders now.
Something for later. Well, something for next
Let
time.
him cook.
It is chicken place is closed, but the kitchen is definitely still open.
Yeah, Fhantum currently cooking.
Yeah, looking real good.
On quite the momentum. I'm going to be honest with you. Krugbo has got to find, okay, it could be K. Rool, right? It's definitely K. Rool. But Krugbo's got to find some way to get out of disadvantage, and that's so difficult when you're a big body character like that. His advantage is great, but Fhantum has prevented that every single time.
Yeah, just some easy approaches, like outclassing and frame data. And if there's anything that Krugbo has showed, like, it's when he is at his most successful, he starts games strong. Like, that strong start sets the tone for him mentally and in game. So you're looking for, like, what stage, what position, what idea gives me the best way to start this game off in a way where I can ride that momentum throughout the rest of the game. And that, it's a tall ask.
It is.
You know, you don't have some of the, you have like a really solid conversions, and you're mentioning a really, really good advantage stage Jellyfish, but not the same access to it that many other characters in this game do. So finding that strong start is going to be take a little bit more doing.
Yeah, first blood dealt for Krugbo, getting that straight hit off of that crown. And you're seeing him play a lot more back, trying to find these stray hits, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want to go in too much. You want to force your opponent to approach and go for really, really bad options. Oh, the air dodge, but able to shield immediately, gets hit by. What attack? What the heck? Krugbo able to come back, but again, I like this defensive play from Krugbo, not going in too much, waiting for Phantom to approach and getting those nairs off as well.
Answers out of shield are big there for Krugbo, but I mean, Phantom's keeping things real easy peasy with how he's dicing up this K. Rool's approaches, just some up tilt into forward airs. some good damage, but
Oh,
Krugbo,
extending hitbox.
yeah, her hitbox extension on that minecart. Refreshing the stone tools though. Fhantum not had a ton of time to mine.
Oh, he did the thing.
You need some iron here if you're Fhantum. Like, you got this K. Rool, chill over there. Let him break the blocks, whatever. That's fine.
Oh, no up smash. I don't think he could have gotten that up smash because of that nair. Looking for that forward air, potentially not going to connect it, and a very, very good air dodge. Up smash going to do it. He's hit that a lot. Phantom's hit that combo very, very consistently, even on small characters.
It's something we said about the mental stack, right? Like, Steve has a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to keep track of.
That still hit!
So, if you're not paying attention to every little thing and like keeping track of so much stuff, you're gonna get hit by some stuff you know exists, but things that you're just absolutely trying to avoid. As another anvil comes down, any damage is good damage, but the back air doesn't connect, intercepted by Krugbo's nair.
And I like how you talked about, you know, trying to focus on a lot of things at once. That's what Krugbo really has benefited off, and that's what got him into Grand Finals. Anyway, was just his random setups. Maybe not random, he definitely planned them all, but it's just stuff you would never expect and you wouldn't be able to spot in miles away. And so right now, both players really are trying to rely on that, you know, kind of just unawareness from each other. Both players still pretty even. This is 172 on King K. Rool, but that percentage is just easy kill percentage on Steve.
And that earlier edge guard situation was something that you really needed to see from Krugbo. How is he still alive?
Oh, there you go.
206, finally untechable. But hey, double roll.
God, that shield is so small.
Yeah, it's just taking a little bit of time. Key knowledge to keep aware of, though, besides this.
Oh! I thought he was going to go for a forward air.
If he was a little bit closer, you might have seen like a forward air or a PBR bear. I haven't seen actually any Phantom block reversal stuff from Fhantum because he doesn't need it.
Yeah, all he needs is a back air and an up tilt, and it's game number 2 already. Again, this really just comes down to the fact that this is K. Rool we're talking about. His disadvantage against Steve is atrocious. And so, again, Phantom finally getting his footing in this tournament with all these combos and finally being super consistent when consistency was his biggest problem earlier against Xavier. He's found that in losers and is carrying that into Grand Finals. We can potentially see a 3-0 and a reset for Phantom. This could be quite the upset that we see if Phantom is able to pull this off.
It's hard to even call it an upset at this point. I mean, like,
he's playing so
for two things. One, as much joking as I have done about it, as we have done about it, like the skill floor of Tri-State is extremely high. So playing through, don't look at me like that. Playing through even an Arcadian can lead you into some very difficult players, some well-known players in the local scene, local legends, hidden bosses, all of that good stuff. So, with how Phantom has been double two-stocking Krugbo, like the seed differential that you see in front of you, thanks to our good old production, like a seed 3 in Krugbo, seed 13 in Phantom, like in most like larger events, that seed difference may be like a 22 and a 24, where they're effectively the same seed. Like it just is. There are so many players in that soup of Tri-State, like just nipping at the heels of all the PR talent and the major level competitors. Everybody else is right behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Tri-State's finding a hidden gem right here in Phantom. The way he's playing Steve, the way he's just been able to, again, snowball his way through the entire competition, because when he lost against Xavier, something clicked in him. And then all of a sudden, he's, you know, in game 3 with a 2-game lead against Krugbo, who has been playing also really, really well. But I want to say that's just because Krugbo's been waiting, and that it's the fact that Phantom has been playing, you know, against players who've been really wanting to get into, you know, top 3. So he's a little bit more warm than Krugbo. Who knows, man?
And that's definitely a factor here, Jellyfish. But when it comes down to it, like you gotta stay warm somehow. And if you're Fhantum, he's a collegiate smasher, right? So you know he's got a lot of experience of just kind of like keeping ready and keeping warm throughout some long running brackets.
Oh, the down smash. A little bit of a AoE with that down smash right there.
Gotta get the splash hitbox going.
Oh,
the up tilt
grabbing
comes
the block right there.
Yeah, you literally can't roll through it. You just gotta hold it. I mean, Rool, you're getting stuck between so many rocks and so many different hard places, but eventually one of them will find their way home. Oh, I like that runoff down smash. Like at least trying to close out the stock, but you have so many backup plans just to reinforce this same situation. Finally, Krugbo able to find his way out.
Just the way that he's been able to go for that blunderbuss and immediately escape with the jump, and the fact that he's trying to get that inhale with the cannonball. His movement again has been really, really crazy, but no movement's going to save you from that minecart. And at 184, he's going to lose that stock, and potentially this could be the start of something really special for Fhantum. Should he be able to live this and he's able to come back, and Steve.
3-0 in grand finals, sending us to true finals would be quite the statement. Oh, what Eltyra management, getting her right back to ledge, and a couple of blocks for interference purposes. A pivot grab. Boom.
Dash attack, okay. That did the trick.
That's big. That's big to put into Phantom's head right away. Like, hey, these roll-ins that you've been getting away with. Again, no PBR, but oh, hello.
Dude, he is cooking.
We're trying to find that finisher. Another pivot grab, though. Keep those in mind. Krugbo finding success on punishing some of these roll-ins from Fhantum. Can't get away with the Steve classic approach, the roll-in up tilt. Because that, if you're letting Steve hit that, you give him free reign of the stage.
You gotta protect this. Get up attack right there, trying to avoid getting hit by that down smash. Again, I mean, despite, you know, the percentage we see, this is still pretty even. King K. Rool, a tanky character, can take so many hits. Up smash, not gonna shield poke or do enough for Fhantum, but just, again, increases the pressure, the constant pressure that he's been applying onto Krugbo right now. And he's still recovering pretty well. That's gotta place some mental damage towards Krugbo.
Neutral get up grab.
Hey man, it worked.
Again, you know what? Steve's grab. Underrated.
Oh, smart not mashing out of there. What the?
He wasn't able to get by in time. The blunderbuss got him into the wind hitbox.
Oh, looking for that forward air. Did read the...
Check out the low materials, man. Like, we're still like we're on wood tools now, trying to get Krugbo flinching, but another grab came in.
Oh, interesting.
Krugbo just been like finding consistent offense, and nothing's more consistent than a grab combo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And K. Rool's grab play, like what's it called, grappling play is so good. Leads up to so many.
Farmed. Like, oh, you're trying to up smash there? No, sir.
I down smash.
I will power straight through that. No more gambits, nothing of the sort. You better play solid, because Krugbo's here to stay, really trying to fight for that crown, not going down without a fight.
Yeah, Fhantum might have had a flush right there, but Krugbo had quads. So that down smash paying dividends right there, and honestly bailing him out.
And it's little things, little ways to try and maintain advantage. Keep the damage consistent. You're mentioning the damage that K. Rool can get off of throws, whether it be something like a forward throw dash attack or just as easy as an up throw, because an up throw does solid damage in of itself. Yeah. Like, keeping things stable, get your damage consistently. Find ways to shut down the consistent Steve stuff so that the player has to dig into their bag of tricks. Because it's only at that time that you can limit and understand just how deep this bag of tricks actually goes. And for Fhantum, there hasn't been a lot of PBRs, there's been some nil setups, but only really in neutral. So you can kind of understand the limitations of his punish game and how to play around that. You have to do that little bit of experimenting first.
Absolutely. And you know, like that just attributes to you going back to the lab, just trying to work it out, especially if you want to be good as Steve being so consistent with those no combos, his PBRs, a lot of options. I mean, he's playing, you know, his neutral very, very well. And I think that's what's allowed Fhantum to, you know, get all of these all these hits off, was just him playing perfect neutral, being able to catch out his opponents in positions where, you know, they're just not getting ready. They're not expecting to be hit at all. Oh, no tech that time.
First missed tech, and it's a big one.
Yeah, big for Fhantum, very bad for Krugbo. Finally gets that grab combo we were talking about. Again, only for that back air, not going to connect. And the Elytra, smart, just going all the way to the other side of the stage, knowing that King Rool just does not have that mobility to get there in time. And a good roll into the up tilt. Once again, the tried and true.
It's just so good. Character's already got a good roll and a frame 3 grounded option. Pretty good.
What more could you ask for in this character?
Jeez, that is
exactly
right. Like a better jump, I guess. But even still, you would rather the
Whoa!
low jump. Oh, trying to get the reversal.
I mean, it worked, right? Like the counter worked.
I guess, right? Like it turned out your favor. You're still at 133. Going for the get up attack. I do like the option there, but just timing it a little bit too early. Got caught by the minecart, and we are back yet again.
Pretty much a square one because of that missed tech from Krugbo.
Up tilt.
Back air. Yay! 70%.
Was that was a full combo there, Jellyfish. The first
Two
one.
combo! Uh-oh. Okay, good back throw.
We're back at game 2 times. Krugbo's not trying to go down without a fight. Man, Fhantum has just, like, there's been lapses in judgment, like little issues here and there, but this Steve has done every but no finisher on the top of that platform, and that's the type of momentum you need on your side if you're going to try and overcome this game. Great reversal crown in order to find that up air.
Oh, I like that immediate minecart from Fhantum. He's trying to catch. There he goes. Okay. I was about to say, if he didn't go for up smash, it still didn't kill. But he could potentially anti-air. A good nair to recover from Krugbo! And an unfortunate up air causes this Grand Finals to be reset. I like what Krugbo was going for, but I don't know if up air was the right solution. Maybe up tilt?
It's hard to say.
Situational, yeah.
Like, especially as Krugbo, like in that situation, like in so many of those moments, you want to find the big hit. Like he has proven throughout set 1 and every set that I've seen on stream and seen off stream of Krugbo playing, he needs to get going. He needs to start at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right. And not necessarily in terms of like the actions in the gameplay, but the actions that he's taking, but how fast he's making those decisions. And right now, like, Krugbo's second guessing a lot of the times where he wants to jump, where he wants to set up normal K-Rool tools like Crown or Blunderbuss, because he's so concerned about playing around these like rolling up tilts and these easy ways that Steve has access to getting in. Like, oh, do I want to try and do jump fair to break these blocks? But what happens if he minecarts over it? Maybe I should Crown, but then if he doesn't break blocks, he's gonna. That train of thought that I can just spill out is the looping logic that's going on in Krugbo's head. In situations like these, sometimes resetting to 0, like a completely new set, may be the best thing for you.
Especially gives you an idea of what you did wrong. And I mean, again, like you said, all those overlapping ideas, all those thoughts in your head kind of overshadow what happens in the real game. Because you're thinking, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. But then it doesn't. And so now you're in a precarious position where you're going to get hit by like a forward air, a back air, something you didn't expect to get hit. And that's what Fhantum has been benefiting off of. Finally, Krugbo getting the counter on that down tilt. But a little bit of a lead will not help us against Steve. You got to find these stocks. Again, right off the bat, Krugbo's just got to be there 110%. He's got to turn on the burners if he wants to find a way to win this set.
I mean, shout outs to Fhantum through all this. Like, we've been talking about it from the lens of K-Rool a lot. Just, I mean, he's clearly not favored in a matchup like this. But shout outs to Fhantum for, like, just playing more and more consistent, like shoring up a lot of the weaknesses and being aware of when he needs to back off. But you're really stuck off stage here. K-Rool can ledge trap with the best of them, having to back off so much because of that minecart. Wow, chased straight down and taking the stock.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Krugbo needed. Just this tiny lead, this stock lead, just to potentially play a lot more defensively. There you go, gets a little bit of a combo, but misses the grab. No matter, you have 23%. You can take this damage. You are K-Rool after all. So as long as you keep on racking up this damage, you're going to be set for this entire set. Or this game, rather.
Double forward air there. Saw the crown coming, so couldn't combo into an up smash off of the first forward air. Some good awareness, but also the lack of taking a stock at 174.
Oh, missed. No.
Tragedy. Tragedy.
I mean, if you're Phantom, you take that every day of the week, of course.
Oh, yeah.
No jump, good air dodge, and I love that recovery from Krugbo. You know, being able to take it and then immediately going for an air dodge because there's so much vulnerability. You can't really do much if you're Steve. You can't really punish that. That's all you got to do is try to reset neutral. Krugbo's been doing that very well.
That
Down tilt? Oh, that's
a good mash. That was a really weird block placement, but Phantom getting out of that with a really good mash. A little bit early on that forward smash. Letting the second one rip anyway, though, so a little bit of time to mine. You need to make the most out of this high percent scenario from K-Rool in order to get some of this iron and some of this gold back. You've got blocks. You're using a lot of them, too.
Oh, the block saving him right there, but no block saving that F tilt. Again, this is pretty much back to when Krugbo had his third stock and Phantom was on his second. High percentage from Krugbo, chipping away at this damage. That's all you really need. You know, potentially get him up to 50. And then that huge lead is really what sets the tone, really sets the stage for Krugbo's potential comeback.
Well,
oh, wow.
What timing there on the up air, but that was the crown and not the anvil you're clashing with. Huge damage off this 2 hits of minecart. Instant 45, and we're still climbing here, Jellyfish.
God. Huge damage right now as he's looking for those up tilts. 106%. Still kind of even, but the forward smash sends him off stage. And all of a sudden, despite all the leads that you had, you ain't taking that. And Phantom gets that comeback immediately. What composure from Phantom, honestly. Krugbo was doing so well at the beginning, but then just faltered behind just a little bit, and Phantom was able to abuse that, was able to kind of just catch that, and ultimately win game 1 of True Finals.
Yeah, on a real tear here. Dropping a couple games, of course. One to Krugbo in game 3 of the previous set, but there has been no wear and tear on this Steve since he's dropped to losers. No lapse in decision making, just making the choices, doing what he knows works. And that type of consistency is something that very seldom characters offer, and Phantom's making the most out of it.
And that's really the mindset that few players really have.
Probably.
That kind of like mindset where you just keep on going for things that work is something that a lot of players, especially, you know, like good players, kind of amateur players, don't have. It's they always want to go for, you know, these new things, these very fancy things that potentially get a lot of damage, but then they don't hit it. So when you're consistent with what you know works, that's what separates the good players from the pro players.
Yeah, no, this is a great point here, Judge. It's like we're seeing Krugbo like try to get back to that down and dirty type of style, like to the stuff that he was doing against Xavier and the stuff he was doing well into this bracket and stuff we know he can do. But because you're having to reach into stuff that you're not reach into stuff that's not your bread and butters, like that can cause some shakiness, that can cause some inconsistency, some thinking too much about the inputs you're doing rather than what you are doing, and that hesitation in decision making is really coming into play. A little bit of a better situation though here in game number 2. Wow, that air dodge just barely got out of that blunderbuss scenario, but Krugbo's at center stage. Uh-oh. That's punish.
Finally gets the punish. Not really much, couldn't go for a smash attack of any sort, but gets that forward air and takes that first stock. But if we take anything away from that first game of the set, it does not matter how much of a lead you have, so long as you're able to find these stocks. And Krugbo, despite finding a few of them, Phantom's just been able to find them faster.
Trying to recruit some resources. The minecart gets him out of the corner, but we need to find some blocks here. Time and time again, we will see Fhantum whittle his material bar down to almost nothing. And he's been able to manage the minimum well enough in order to continue this tear in loser's bracket. I mean, shout outs to that sort of that management for sure. That can be super, super tough. What a tech on the platform.
Huge stuff right there from Fhantum. Just being aware of where he was on stage and getting that tech really allowed him to get out of what could have been death.
Always got to be aware of that crown.
I mean, Phantom's just been hitting these so well. I gotta be honest with you. Getting all of these edge guards, forcing Krugbo to tech, and you know, he's getting them to a high enough percentage where he can't even tech it and getting these stocks.
Well, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty much all I was gonna say.
Right. It's like it was what I was saying a little bit earlier with players like Muggs and Xavier, right? Like K-Rool off stage is an extremely edge guardable character. You just have to put him. You just have to be okay with putting him into lather and rinse repeat scenarios, which Fhantum has been doing, forcing awkward recovery routes from Krugbo, which can be punished with those big finishers that everybody really wants to see. Those spikes, those, in this case, forward air.
There you go.
Oh, but speaking of big finishers here, Jellyfish, we had found the reverse crown into up air, bringing us to a last stock game yet again. Fhantum setting up the formation and turning it into some good damage.
Finding a shield poke with that jab. Again, huge damage. And when you're Krugbo at disadvantage off stage, again, we were talking about just how good Fhantum was doing in terms of edge guarding a character like K-Rool, because Anvil, that goes through the propeller up. The upbeat and that forward air are going to spike Krugbo, sending him all the way down. And Krugbo, of course, a little bit mad, but what can you do? You are K-Rool. And this is the thing that happens when you get a little bit mad at certain situations. That's when you start to falter. That's when you start to crumble under pressure. The thing is, pressure makes diamonds. So long as Krugbo is able...
Diamonds. They are unbreakable.
Hate Steve, no. But, no, I mean, if Krugbo can somehow muster up the power, despite, you know, him being a little bit flustered with how Fhantum was playing. Again, amazing edge guarding from Fhantum, something we didn't see from other players. And so Fhantum finally understanding that once he gets Krugbo off stage, gets a little bit says, are we talking about some weird block placements? That's caused a lot of awkward, which then comes into consistent recoveries from Krugbo that just doesn't work out for him. And so Phantom's just able to punish that, get himself an advantage despite, you know, being at a deficit. And Phantom's just been on a roll, been playing this game to perfection and this matchup perfectly as well.
I mean, backs against the wall here. The good things for Krugbo going for you. I mean, consistently going back to his coach at Delta Force, very solid. Has a lot of practice with Steve and with the NJIT locals, the Highland Masters. So plenty of Steves show up there. Plenty of high-level Steves across Jersey with players like Stefan and Syrup, of course. So you're getting good advice. K-Rool's a tough character to do it with, but
it's manageable.
I mean, anything to change up here, and I like this, like going to a different stage. Like,
yeah, finally.
Also, you know, also shout-outs to Mega Man 3 medley. Good game.
Yeah, Mega Man, the soundtrack of Mega Man is just so good. People sleep on that.
Yeah, Mega Man 3 gets overshadowed by Mega Man 2. Sorry, tangent.
I don't blame you. But yeah, no. No, but this change, you know, this kind of hit of fresh air from this new stage might be the difference maker for Krugbo, but it looks like nothing's changed from Phantom as he's consistently hitting these combos, getting that down tilt once again. Able to come back on the stage, trying to read a spot dodge to no avail.
Phantom trying to find his way back off stage. The minecart just connecting there, not getting the landing though. These wider platforms and the smaller stage composition as a whole is going to make for a landing, especially from outside the corner, a little bit easier on the part of Krugbo, but you still have to, at the end of the day, find your way out of this corner. Only one piece of iron remaining, and there it goes. Don't have to worry about minecarts for a little bit up.
And Anvil.
Oh, got one at least there before, yeah, just backing off to accrue all of those resources.
Oh, holding out a little bit too much right there.
The Anvil, man, like it stalled just that little bit on the blunderbuss, changing the fall speed, allowing for the jump off, and then taking the stock. And, as you mentioned, big,
oh
big
my gosh, dude. Going for another side B potentially? Nope, probably going to set it for the Anvil. Smart. An amazing text from
It doesn't stop.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Woo! Oh, the horror.
We are looking at, and you know, shout outs to Fhantum for going for some of those deeper edge guards, right? Like Steve has a lot of utility off of like down tilt minecart forward airs. Like that's something that's been known, but it's just Steve has so many tools and so much going for him that it just can sometimes get lost in the woodwork of it all. The dash attack does finish off stock number 1, but I mean, I don't know about you, Jokish, but the writing's on the wall for me when it comes to closing out a new Fusion Arcadian winner here tonight. Is if Fhantum's able to finish off to this 90% final stock from K-Rool.
Yeah, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it looks like that tunnel is currently crumbling really, really quickly. So long as Krugbo can escape, he's not able to escape that minecart, and all of a sudden, that down air not gonna come in just yet. 2 stocks to his name, looking for an up smash, potentially. No, he's got to get this kill very soon. He wants to make sure he wins this Arcadian. And what a win it would be for Fhantum to get this Arcadian down in his place.
Yeah, get banned from all other Arcadians.
Yeah, Krugbo gets another shot.
I don't know if that's the rule, actually, for most Arcadians. It's true for Jersey Arcadians. Alright, accrue those resources. Like, you have got 4 minutes and plenty of time in order to try and wrap up this stock. No need to rush. No pickaxe, though, on the part of Fhantum. You gotta find those tools. Some good harassment on the part of Krugbo. He's got all of it coming until the dying breath. 3 iron back on the table here for Fhantum.
Uh-oh.
Will that be it?
No, the wooden.
Sour spot fair as well. No spike.
Oh, that's gonna be it. A bit of an anticlimactic end. But fair play to Fhantum for going the